Hey guys, how are you? What's up? My name is Maddy, for those of you who do not know me. I am a poet and a music journalist and a writer in general. And yeah, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in and joining me in a corner of my bedroom to listen to me read some poems for you guys tonight. I'm super grateful and just really looking forward to connecting with you guys virtually. But yeah, I lit some candles for us to connect and set the mood, and yeah, we're just gonna get into some words. So yeah, I hope you are all staying safe and healthy, and I'm just sending you nothing but love and light your way. And I just want to say again, thank you for taking the time to listen to my words. It means the absolute world to me. And yeah, let's get right into it. This first piece I have is called A Life Spent Hungry. A life spent hungry. Deprivation, eating desire. A sacrifice like, if I want to eat in this life, I must first play with death. Look my hunger right in the eyes like my inevitable faith. Doomsday be every type of day now. I try to be every type of woman, forced to keep the beast of my desires on a leash like all the nightmares this country be feeding in the dark, like energy vampires trying to sell off all the lost blood is a dream. Losing the self, the quickest way to losing the community, and oh how they want that. Us frothing at the mouth for any little piece of scraps we can get, and how dare you ask for the fine china and the golden spoon when you've a corner store that keeps getting robbed at gunpoint on the weekends, and a playground with a court without a hoop, a set without swings. The truth is harder to swallow than it is to chew. It's easier for others to chew the fat with ears and lips sealed tight, having people spending a life hungry and ravishing for the things out of reach. They say fasting bestows about a clarity one can never dare ingest without ever tasting hunger. Like all this sloshing and rumbling of the stomach wasn't for nothing. I try to balance faith while swallowing the fact that the more I try to assign reasons to things that are just simply there, the longer we marinate in ignorance, the more starving we become. If you feed the vampire blood, it simply wants more, and how we know what happens when we give more to an open mouth, like feeding a slot machine dirty money. Power is always ravenous. It demands more of the same. People will do inexplicable things in order to satisfy that screaming hunger. Others will walk miles and miles on nothing but an empty stomach and a dreamy mind, only to find they cannot dare silence something like the bitterness of inequity. The thing is, hunger is a necessity. It is the thing keeping all of us alive. It is that inexplicable hunger that makes us also face our own doom. Our bounty of food is met with the same worth as our humanity. You can have it, only if you're really hungry enough to get it. The American Manifesto, chewing freedom and dangling it out on a fishhook, that's a sure way to make your stomach twisted in knots. Vomiting must have been created solely for the rich. A farmer on a full, plump stomach will stock a field of abundant crops only to look the hunger in the eyes of the workers who are bent over, forced to hold it in their palms and give it up, release it, hunting for hunger each day as his pig belly and pink skin nurse privilege like a soiled, dried-up plant that white America would rather keep watering than let die. They want us to ignore the universality of food, shelter, and water and treat it like a woman's choice, like your worth is measured by how visible the hunger is in your bones, like that white flesh got the Whole Foods produce section blossoming under their veins, and the melanin got that 4 for 4 so their bones stay forever malnourished. They pray hunger keep creeping up. Listening to the hunger like blue butterflies fluttering and swaying and the trauma all deep in the ribs, I'm witnessing intuition take flight. We don't have a dying choice but to stay hungry. I am hungry for rebirth and power. I am hungry for healing. I am hungry for accountability. I have a craving for justice like a sweet cherry pie. All that red, white, and blue has to be devoured. Rather exchange it to taste that rainbow. Tell me, what does rebellion taste like to you? They mumbling about mercy, but the fear of those they keep hungry is what they really trying to mask. The face of hate refuses to remain concealed. A life of the rich would only cease to exist if others didn't live a life spent in eternal hunger. But I keep asking myself the same question every day, like, how can humanity stay hungry for dreams on an empty stomach? So yeah, that was the first piece. And yeah, we're just gonna get into this next piece, the final piece. It's called What It Feels Like to Kiss the Earth Underwater. Rebirth type woman, shape-shifting type woman, third eye, always sleepwalking when she talking type woman, straddles pain like a woman's thighs, no man, like I'm sure you thought. Everything a ritual type woman, everything a song, a dance, belly dance on top of my great-grandmother's antiques, try to bestow some of her strength onto me. These days I feel I need it all. Watch me sundance on this earth like what a woman gotta do to get a little light, protect my peace like I guard my very own female body, because the hips, I know for sure, are where God houses itself inside of me. The curve of the hip, something like the slope of a mountain, blessing my femininity like isn't this some holy water? Rain dance with my brown skin in the tub, seeing the humanity in the water, alligator skin glistening amongst the muck like couldn't you feel it coming? The ancestral trauma trickle, a heavy quiet storm, like how your mother used to cry on a quiet afternoon when no one was looking, like I was too afraid to look her misery in the eye, like we gotta look it in the eye. Tell my reflection in the mirror, I'm not scared of you, no. We are all one big tiny storm, leaking and pouring onto the neighbors' crookedy roofs, listening to the rain like it's God. My bloodline's trauma turned into the ocean before my very eyes, like the woman of color in my family tree going spiritually extinct because the world keeps beating them down. That's a sinister type storm, all loud, knocking at your window. I can feel the world closing its shutters, locking their doors. The storm been taken off as of late. Not a lighthouse in sight. But I feel something when I dip my skin in the water. Watch how it comes out all shiny, like the halo of the new, like honey birthed by a bee, like throwing copper pennies down the wishing well. Renewal, the only thing keeping us from drowning. Rather go under than reach for a hand that isn't there. I do my mourning on sight, healing no easy magic. Won't hold no hands rebelling from the dirt. Especially when the world would rather push you in than help you silence the cries, and yet still, the woman rise. Yeah, so that is all I have for you guys. Again, I really, really hope you guys connected with those pieces and it made you feel something, and thank you so, so, so much for just listening. Thank you so much.